Paul McGuire Grimes, ABC Minneapolis, Andrew Joe. It is really great talking to both of you today. I really had so much fun with this movie, so thank you for the time today.
No
You're
problem.
welcome.
Yeah, now Andrew, I want to start with you. It was so much fun watching like this physical comedy, this lavish side of you. How did you and Lena collaborate on how far to take the character, and was there room for improv along the way?
Yes, absolutely there was. Yeah, that was one of the chief charms of working on the film. The script was really tight, and that's obviously what attracted everybody because Lena's an expert scribe, but she also encouraged us as much as we wanted to improvise. So that was really, really genuinely fun. And yeah, he's quite a loose, sort of dandyish type character, and yeah, I had such a good time.
A loose dandy. That is a perfect description. That's hysterical. Now, Joe, I read that you were the only choice to play Uncle George. Were you told that at all throughout the process? And is that a blessing or come with maybe some added expectations?
I was just very thankful to be asked along. No, I think Lena spoke to me about it in about 2019. She'd been thinking about the idea for a while, and it was obviously a book she'd read when she was 10, and it had been a big part of her life. So she was writing the script, and she said there was a character called George, and would I take a read if I was interested? And I just thought what she'd done as a kind of whole was so fantastic and singular and funny and creative and just really special that it was kind of an instant yes from me. And with people like Bella involved and Andrew involved, it was just a very easy thing to say yes to.
Oh, absolutely. It looked like you all were having so much fun. And it was just like a very playful vibe throughout just watching it. Now, Andrew, while this may not be like a historical, accurate period piece, what do you still find that's just still so relatable for all the birdies out there that may be watching the movie?
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, I think that's true. I think it's certainly very authentic in the production design and all that kind of stuff. We had to get that right. But in relation to the way we speak, and we tried to make it as relatable as possible because there's no point in making it if it isn't relatable to a 2022 audience. I think it's about the subjugation of a young woman, and I think it's about the fact that she has got all these incredible attributes as a person. She's creative and willful and independent, and just so many of her attributes are just coming to life. So the idea that you would reduce somebody into just how marriageable, what kind of marriage material they are, it's such a reductive idea, and that's of course something that we still look at women and like decide in this climate still, we look at women and we look at how attractive are they, or how much of a good wife they're going to be, and that's why we need to sort of start early and not just train. Because in Birdy, there isn't a sort of course, there's romance in it, but there's so many other sides to this character, and I think that's what's important.
Yeah, oh, for sure. That made me think, she faced a lot of expectations from others about what her life should be like. And I'm curious, do you face that a lot in the industry and what people think your career, your personal life should be like? And how do you either fight it or make sure that your voice is still heard within that?
I try not to pay a huge amount of attention to any kind of expectations, I suppose. And just, thinking about work, you follow projects that kind of call out to you, and you find things that call out to you if you can, and they're pretty far and few between really to find things that you really connect with and really like.
Yeah.
And so if you can find them, then you grab onto them and you try and get them, or you're lucky enough to be offered one, and you just kind of follow it like that. But you just hope those things will crop up every now and again.
Right. I mean, you both have had such great roles, whether it's Fleabag or all the stage work you've done, Andrew, or like The Favorite, Joe, was so rich and so delicious. Now, Andrew, what kind of personal takeaways do you take away from working on something like this? That might be a little different for you.
Well, the thing that I love about it is the idea that it's funny. It's a very funny movie, but I think you can get a lot of great messaging in through humor, because once you open up people's laughing ducts, you can open up their hearts and without them making them feel like, oh, I'm being lectured to here. Comedies are very underrated in the sense. I always think it's really weird not really interested in films that don't have any humor in them, because that's the way life is. We're always in life, always looking to find the brightness in life. And so I think the fact that this film is so genuinely funny. We watched it. We premiered at the Toronto Film Festival. We watched it with 1,500 people, and after 2 years of us all being quite separate, for us all to laugh together and to go to the movies together when we can, I still think is really, really important. I don't think storytelling in that form is ever going to die. So it just sort of needs support, and it needs these big family films and comedic films, I think, more than ever to bring us all back together again.
Absolutely. I love that. I got the wrap. It was great talking to both of you today. So congrats on this film. It was lovely to talk to you, and have a great day, both of you.
Thank you. You
you
too.
too.
All the best.